put option. Under put option, we will first start with put buyer. Now here is the definition of put buyer in front of you. Right to sell but not obligation to sell. So let's break this definition into two parts. First we will try to understand this part, that is right to sell, and later on we will try to understand not obligation to sell. Next is you need to understand when to buy put option. Okay, as a trader, when one should buy a put option. When trader has a bearish view on underlying asset. If trader is expecting that price of underlying asset is going to fall, he can purchase a put option on that underlying asset. Now in general, if any trader has a bearish view on underlying asset, he has three choices. Number one, he can enter into a short position. He can short futures contract. Number two, he can sell call option, and number three, he can buy put option. So we are discussing this part now. Let's understand with the help of example. Let's say TCS spot price is 2020. This is the current market price. Okay, you have to assume this, and trader is selecting strike price of 2000. This means the view of trader is on expiry day, that is on last Thursday of month, TCS spot price will close below 2000. As of now, you can see the TCS spot price is 2020. It is about 2000. But the view of trader is price on expiry day will fall below 2000. To enter in this contract, trader has to pay a premium of 50 rupees. So this is the outflow. Now let's assume that on expiry day, TCS spot price closed at, let's say, 1900. Now you can clearly see the view of trader is correct. He predicted price of TCS will be below 2000, and it is actually below 2000 on expiry day. This means now a trader has a right to sell TCS shares at 2000. He has a right to sell TCS shares at strike price. The value of TCS shares right now is 1900, but trader has a right to sell these shares for 2000. Hence he will gain 100 points. On net basis, his profit is 50 points. How he got the rights of contract? Because he paid the premium, that's why he got the rights of the contract. That's why he is called as a buyer, because he bought the rights. That's why the name is buyer, because he is the buyer of rights. But these are the rights to sell. Once the view of trader is correct, he can sell shares at strike price, and difference will be his profit. As in this case, strike price is 2000 and on expiry day price closed below strike price. So difference is profit for trader, 100 points. So after premium adjustment, his net profit is 50 points. Now let's take another scenario. Let's say on expiry day price closed at 1950. So again you can see the view of trader is correct. He paid initially a premium of 50 points, and his view was it will close below 2000, and the price is below 2000 on expiry day. So he is making now 50 points, because now trader has a right to sell shares at 2000 whose value is 1950. तो आप 1950 वाली चीज को 2000 में बेच रहे हो, तो that's why you are making 50 points gain over here. So on net basis you are not making anything. It's a break even point. So 1950 1950 is break even point, and formula to calculate break even point in put option is strike price minus premium. As price is going to fall, we need to deduct the premium. So here strike price is 2000 minus 50, 1950. So now this is the break even point for both parties, that is for put buyer as well as for put seller. Once price cross break even on downside, put buyer will start making profit, put seller will start making losses, and if price did not cross break even, put buyer will make loss, put seller will make profits. So we will discuss all these things when we start put seller concept. Let's take another scenario. Let's say price closed at 1980. So write down first premium of minus 50, because as a put buyer I have to pay 50 rupees, so that's why it is outflow, plus 20, because the view is correct, price closed below 2000 by 20 rupees. So now as a trader I will sell TCS which has a value of 1980 for 2000, hence I will make 20 points. But on net basis you can see I am making 30 points loss. The reason is it did not cross the break even. If price was below 150, like in this case it closed at 1900, so you can see there is a 50 points gap between break even and spot price. That's why you got a 50 points profit. Here break even is 1950, but it closed at 1980. So break even point did not cross on downside. As a trader I am making a loss of 30 points. Let's say price closed at 2100. So the view of trader was price will close below 2000, but it closed at 2100. So in this case trader has no obligation to sell. He will leave the contract and his loss will be up to premium paid, because the trader has rights of contract, and if he is in profitable position then only he will use his rights. If contract is not in the favor of trader, trader will exit from the contract, and we have discussed what are the rights of trader. In case of put option, the rights of trader is if on expiry day price closed below strike price, he has a right to sell at strike price. If price closed above strike price, he has no obligation to sell at strike price, because it does not make sense to sell at 2000 whereas actual market value is 2100. So it does make sense to exit from the contract, and if you want to sell, you can sell in spot market, you will fetch 100 rupees more. Why to sell in derivatives contract? So hence if you have a rights, you can do anything with the contract. If contract is in your favor, use your rights, make profits. If contract is not in your favor, you choose to exit from the contract, and hence your loss will be limited up to the premium paid. So in this case the premium paid by trader is 50 points, hence his loss will be 50 per share, and if you multiply with contract size you will get a total loss. That's it in this video. In next video we will discuss option moneyness from put option point of view.